Hello, this is Get Good Fox, and I'm going to be going over the State of Decay 2 Patch 3.0 updates with you. These are mainly quality of life and bug improvements, no new content. And I'm not going to go over every single one of them, just the ones that I think really stand out as important. In the description, there will be a link if you want to read the entire patch notes. But let's begin with the feature improvements, and I will read off every one of the bullets here because they are all really good changes. Starting with number 1. All players in a multiplayer game can now use the stuck command. So if you're in a co-op and you get stuck, everyone is able to use that, not just the host. 2, vehicles will now be teleported by the stuck radio command, which means you can get in a vehicle, use stuck, and now the vehicle will be warped a short distance, so you can use that to get your vehicles out. 3, the stuck radio command now won't teleport you all the way back to your base. 4, players can now use the workshop facility to repair or salvage equipped weapons rather than having to drop them into the supply locker first, which means if you have a lot of weapons and you drop your weapon in it to repair it, you will not have to sift through 1,000 weapons just to find the one thing you want to repair. You can just repair it directly out of your inventory. 5. Salvaged weapons now return their ammo to your supply locker instead of destroying it, meaning if a pistol has 10 rounds in it and you salvage it, you will now gain 10 ammunition of its caliber. 6. Info flyouts for outposts on the map screen now show the outpost number, which corresponds to the outpost number in the base management screen. What this means is if you have 2 outposts that are doing the same thing, like 2 ammunition outposts, you will no longer have to guess or try to memorize which one is which. It'll just have a number there to tell you. 7. Players will now see a banner at the top center of screen when a community member dies instead of a brief side notification that previously popped up. 8. Players will now see a banner at the top center of screen when a community member threatens to leave or leaves instead of a brief side notification that previously popped up. 9. Communities will now automatically claim an appropriate starter home site when traveling to a new map. I'm not sure if that means that little kind of trailer RV location that you start in, or if you're just going to start in either the Vogel house, the Clarington house, or the Justino house. 10. Several radio commands have been enabled for clients in multiplayer games. Clients just means the players who are connected to you. 11. Players can now drop equipped weapons. 12. Players can now buy one individual item from a stack when trading with enclaves. 13. Players can now navigate conversation options with the left stick as well as the D-pad controller input. 14, and this is a really good one. The supply locker is now automatically sorted by item type. Additionally, the ranged weapons tab has the option to sort by either ammo, caliber, or weapon type. That is awesome. 15. When approaching the storage facility with a rucksack equipped, the interaction text will now display the resource type and the resource yield. 16. The mysterious wandering trader now appears more reliably, very good news. And 17. Adjusted the cadence of the Independence Pack DLC trader to better balance with the wandering trader. What this means is that you won't be getting Independence traders 9 out of 10 times, so also very awesome. Lastly, number 18, the mission that creates the trader who supplies skill books is now called the Skills Trader to more clearly communicate the different nature. Also, this mission can now occur during the week and not just on the weekends. Alright, and that's pretty exciting stuff. A lot of really good changes there. Let's just gloss over some of the remaining stuff. Once again, I'm not going to hit every single one of them in order to keep the video shorter. Balance changes. When you abandon an outpost, you'll be refunded only 60% of the original influence cost instead of 100%. This increased investment in an outpost is intended to make it feel like a significant choice by the player rather than an easily swapped loot drop location that drastically alters the overall experience. The other balance change is that proximity mines are no longer triggered by players or friendly NPCs, so you won't be blowing yourself up quite as much. And that's it for balance changes. Here's a few from the bug fixes that I found important. Players can now improve their close combat specialization skill. Before, you could just stab the crap out of zombies with your knives and screwdrivers and just make no progress. I had to actually use the manual skill training ability from the fighting gym to max out CQC. 2. Grenade launcher rounds no longer occasionally bounce off of fat zombies. Although it was really funny, it was also really annoying. 3. Explosives now set off other nearby explosives such as landmines. Have fun with that. A little bit of facetiousness from Undead Labs, I see. And 4. Fixed an issue with fire occasionally and invisibly remaining in effect beyond the appropriate duration, which means you should not spontaneously burst into flames anymore. Now for the UI improvements, I have chosen 2 here. First is, when a home site or previously cleared site becomes infested, it now properly shows an infestation icon on the map. I actually just made a video about how to find these invisible infestations, and I said it'd be a workaround until Undead Labs fixed it, and, well, what do you know? They have fixed it in patch 3.0. And number 2 is that the out-of-storage notification now properly triggers when you deposit a rucksack that brings resource level from just below your base's maximum capacity to above the maximum capacity. And here's a handy fix from the multiplayer section, which is multiplayer rewards are now always granted immediately upon returning to your save game. And finally, 2 handy fixes from the miscellaneous section. One is tweaked visuals and timing of bloater gas to more closely match the effects, which means if the gas disappears, you should not accidentally be affected by it, thinking that you were clear to walk in. And lastly, fixed many spots where players could get stuck in the environment. And that is State of Decay 2 Patch 3.0. Once again, there is no new gameplay content. This is all bug fixes and improvements to the quality of life in the game. Overall, not a bad patch. There's a lot of stuff in there that was fixed that annoyed me, so I'm pretty happy with it overall. Enjoy the random gameplay footage that I put in. Like and subscribe for more State of Decay content, and remember that you don't have to be good to get good.